Hello, I'm Dr. Rick Chambers, and welcome to this edition of Health, Happiness, and Harmony Partner Training Videos. Today is the third in a series looking at the rise of the new incomes based on the book An Everyone Culture, Becoming a Deliberately Developmental Organization. The authors of this book use the example of three companies to explain and model what a deliberately developmental organization looks like and how it functions. And they propose that these companies pay an income that other companies don't, and a special kind of income. It's the payoff to the psychological person, not just what we usually think of as wages or benefits. And so one of these payoffs to the psychological person is the idea of happiness. What we're trying to do that's a little different and not just copying the book is not necessarily to just work with businesses. It's to help individuals, families, and actual local communities try to conceive of themselves as a deliberately developmental organization that could pay this new income of happiness. But it's very important for 3HPs to understand there are two ways of understanding happiness. One way sees happiness as a state, a psychological state characterized by pleasure, comfort, and positive emotions. And this is fueled by the positive psychology movement. And yet I don't want 3HPs to become part of the happiness industry, nor to be completely defined by the positive psychology movement. It's very important and very much a part of what we do, but the scope is much larger. And there's, rather than pleasure being at the center or even positive emotions, the type of happiness that 3HPs are trying to facilitate in individuals, families, and communities is the experience of meaning and engagement, but in relation to the satisfaction of experiencing one's own growth and unfolding. In my career as a psychotherapist, my loyalty is really to the person's growth and unfolding. And so I have the quote, "People don't change, they grow." And so there's something that is both rewarding and can be thought of as happiness associated with becoming more of the person one was meant to be and bringing more of oneself into the world. And spiritual paths and traditional faiths have always emphasized that there are these two types of happiness, and encouraging people and almost training people to choose to pursue the second type of happiness rather than the first one exclusively that's built on pleasure and positive emotions. And so it's seen as a way of moving toward more wholeness, more maturity, more development, and growing as an individual. Traditional cultures, going all the way back to the Greeks, recognized these two types of happiness. And then when the modern came along and separated the spiritual and the secular world, the second type of happiness built around human flourishing or development and growth seemed to disappear a little bit, and there was a focus on this happiness associated with pleasure, comfort, and positive emotions. And so this is the first time that I've seen such a directed effort to bring this other understanding of happiness into the secular world, especially using modern cutting-edge corporations or companies. So thank you very much, and we'll pick up, there are a few more in this series based on the rise of the new incomes. Thank you.